All right, viewers, now why is it that what we are talking today could actually be a development that hasn't happened in the last 50 odd years? Now let's talk about some of the other most critical energy crises that the world has seen. Probably what is happening right now hasn't happened since 1970s, when what happened was the 1973 oil crisis. That time you had the OPEC Arab members impose some sort of an oil embargo. It happened because of the Arab-Israeli war that took place, and that led to massive spikes as far as pricing is concerned. Oil exports were both to the US and several of our American allies were completely shut, and that led to a massive increase in prices, about 40%. That's what actually happened then. Almost 50 years later, 50 years plus later, what you see right now could be equally unprecedented. Why? Because we've already now, on the 10th day of the war, you're already seeing Strait of Hormuz being shut for 8 days. The fact that oil refineries are now being targeted is an indication of how this could actually escalate very quickly. And these strikes haven't led to any cessation of hostilities. What's more important is that 20% of the global oil and LNG is now directly at risk through the Strait of Hormuz, which is now completely shut. The Brent crude, which is essentially the global benchmark as far as crude prices is concerned, has already crossed $100 a barrel, and it could go more. That's the worrying part, because it's 29% increase that has happened suddenly. It could actually be even more as well. Now, in terms of what could be the big factors that we really need to now keep an eye on is that 20 to 25% has been the increase in 10 days. This is the first time that the $100 per barrel mark has actually been breached since 2022. In fact, the war has actually disrupted all global oil supplies completely. We're talking about Strait of Hormuz because that is that very important link through which the entire oil cargo actually passes. And again, as I said, this is not an India story. This impacts the world. China, which is the largest importer of Iranian oil, is hugely impacted by what's happening in the Strait of Hormuz. And which is why Qatar has warned that prices could actually go as high as $150 per barrel. It's for a reason that G7 is looking to release energy. It's for a reason that markets are reacting so sharply, because $150 per barrel could actually have huge cascading impacts on economies around the world.